Well, thank you for the time, the opportunity given to me. Before that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Bola Jatulahia. So, I want to report, academic report, my research, the topic about analysis of student ability to achieve effective learning in English at the SMK Swasta Nusantara Terpadu Teluk Dalam. The first background. English is one of the most widely used international language, widely studied and used in communication between nations. So, it fits with the rule of English as a global language English, like as a global language or word, because English is learning and use it as the means of communication in various countries, either as a first language, a second language, or as a foreign language. In Indonesia, English is the first foreign language studied as the compulsory subject from junior high school to college. So, by having the ability to speak English, we can easily access and obtain information because most of the information written in English. This happens because English works as the language of science, technology, and commerce. Ability English is also one of the most decisive abilities in obtaining employment because of the top companies in the Indonesia always include English language proficiency requirement both verbally and in writing as one of the requirements to become an employer at the company. Next, approach. Based on the background of the problem, identify problem related to learning English speaking skill of student elementary school as follows. The first, student English speaking skill need to be improved. Mastery vocabulary, grammar, and the ability to pronunciation English word is still low. The second, student motivation to speak English is still low. The third, motivation of English teacher to use English as a language, the language of instruction in class is still low. And then a problem formulation. Based on the background and identification of the problem mentioned above, then the main problem can be formulated as follows. Material model development, how to teach English with a improved skill talking school student. Next problem. This research is based on the following research question. The first, what are the difficulties of students at the SMK Swasta Pelayaran Teluk Dalam? For example, in the form speaking skill, listening skill, pronunciation skill, and writing skill. The second, what are the teacher method when teaching English in class? Next, research purpose. Based on the purpose of this study, namely to find out the difficulties students in learning English. And then this type of research is research qualitative method that produce written or spoken word that can be observed through speaking, listening, pronunciation, and writing. The general objective of this research is to develop a materials model teach English to improve English speaking skill student at the SMK Swasta Pelayaran Teluk Dalam. The specific objective of this research are as the follow. The first, finding the effectiveness of the English teaching material model in improving English speaking skill of student at the Teluk Dalam at the SMK Pelayaran Teluk Dalam. Next, finding the supporting and inhibiting factors of model implementation, develop the teaching materials. Next, results and discussion. The first, speaking skill. Lack of vocabulary in English, difficult to memorize, poor pronunciation difficult because it is very different from Indonesia, afraid to make mistake, fear of being long hit at by friends, and lack of knowledge of grammar. So some factors the cause of student difficulties lies in the student effective factors. Second, listening skill. The second position lies in a listening skill. When you hear English video or question, students feel unable to follow the normal spin of a native English speaker voice. And then the lack of mastery of vocabulary and understanding of English accent make them don't understand the content spoken in the conversation despite the spin name already adapted to Indonesian or non-native speaker. The third, pronunciation skill. Pronunciation is the skill the difficult cannot to be ignored even though they are very few in number. So from the description what I got, that students find it difficult to do pronunciation in English due to low mastery of vocabulary, so that the message can be very difficult to understand. For writing skill, writing is the most complex activity to master. So for student ESP in this context, however, few students make writing as a difficult skill to learning. Next, conclusion. The process of learning in English cannot be separated from the emerging of various difficulties that occurs, especially for students. These difficulties can be seen from each language skill or language skill overall. In class condition that have high language competence different, the difficulties faced also vary in the research. So research subject so difficulty learning English in four skill in order from her this to is as follows: speaking, listening, pronunciation, writing. So factors that cause learning difficulties English is greatly influenced by the level of mastery of each language student. And then active student tend to choose writing. However, from basic students tend to choose speaking as the difficult thing practice. So the results of the video record show that students are active and least effectively able to carry out the final test well in the term of confidence on government's language. So, but for basic student, the results show so that a student lack confidence and unable to describe friendly. Thank you.